Now, Tim Love, the Vice Chairman of the Omnicom Group and CEO of Omnicom APIMA, which stands for Asia Pacific, India, Middle East and Africa, believes Omnicom's late entry in India is in fact a boon rather than a bane. He's of the belief that old models will be redundant sooner than later and that Omnicom is in a position of advantage in India as it will create models that are most suited and relevant to today's environment. I caught up with Tim Love to take this conversation forward. We've seen bits and parts of the Omnicom strategy in India coming into play. When you look at your media business, the Omnicom media business,
yes,
right? As of now, you have strong independent media agencies that are doing their stuff. But I do believe in the works is something called the Omnicom Media Group, OMG, which Jasmine Sorabji is heading.
Yes.
There is already a strong brand in OMD.
Yes.
I also believe that you're launching PhD coming very soon to India.
Well, we haven't announced anything. Have you been to her office?
Yes, of course.
Well, if you go right before you go in the door, it says Omnicom Media Group, OMD and PhD.
Yeah.
I think that's as far as we are. It's on the.
I beg to differ.
It's on the wall.
So my question is, like you have a Group M, which is the WPP media buying arm.
Yes.
What can you take me through the strategy you have planned for, ensuring OMG becomes, a strategic unit like that for media buying, so you can leverage better and get, better efficiency?
Well,
for
I
your
think
client?
I would say I would not necessarily say like that, because this late mover advantage has the opportunity of looking at the shifts that are happening in the media environment. What may transform here may be different than what you would expect from looking at history. We have more resources to get to know with the Mudra acquisition. There's no specific plans to merge any of that. We want to do it carefully, judiciously.
We've heard talks are on with Taproot, one of India's homegrown independent agencies that's doing rather well for itself. How much progress has happened and how serious is your intent in acquiring Taproot?
There have been more discussions internally in India than there have been between Omnicom, and that's a fact. There were some conversations about a year ago. That's true. And in these situations that a lot of people fuel the discussion mentality because they want the discussions to continue. I don't have anything specific at this point.
Why did Omnicom decide to partner with IPG when Omnicom is actually touted as the most creative advertising conglomerate in the world? Why did you partner with IPG for the Commonwealth?
The starting point is what really connected was Goodby Silverstein, the Chevrolet agency in the United States, and McCann.
Right.
Okay. So it's kind of glosses over what's really happening if you look at it from the client perspective, to say it's Omnicom and IPG.
Right.
It's really a desire on the part of the client to have Goodby Silverstein, which is a U.S.-only network, and to have McCann, a long-term General Motors partner outside the U.S. And the question was, geez, is there any way that you guys can help us make this happen? And it happened very easily because both parties said, well, what's the right thing to do for the brand first? But
Tim, with this partnership, don't you think you seem to have the raw end of the deal, because you have only one agency that's limited to the United States, as opposed to IPG that's activated McCann across different regions?
Mm-hmm. We're working with one of the world's great brands, one of the largest advertisers in the market where the bulk of their spending and effort is based, and we have the benefit of working now with McCann to get to know how they're set up and how their network works as opposed to our networks. So I think it's like, what a great way to learn.
Is that how you see relationships between clients, holding companies, agencies going forward? More collaboration, and need not be within the holding company.
We're already working on that basis. I think there'll be more collaboration because of the complexity that happens when people become the first media. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it with a singular discipline, and you can't do it with a singular geography.
Thank you very much,
you.
Tim. Truly
Thank
a pleasure
you.
to have you on the show.
Thank you.